Hello everyone and welcome to Authentic Now Yoga, the online yoga studio for anybody and everybody. My name is Jody Pignole and today we're going to do a full class around awareness of your edge. So what does it feel like to be at your edge? What do you notice? And specifically we're talking about the edge around flexibility and range of motion. We're talking about the edge around strength and endurance. How long can you hold a pose? And we're talking about your edge around like stamina and energy. So how much of that do you have? And noticing specifically, what does it feel like to work with that edge? To get curious, question, what does it look like and feel like if you push beyond what you think is your edge? Or if you don't even really get close to what feels like an edge. So we want postures that feel alive without feeling hard or rigid. We want them to feel challenging without being suffering, without bringing suffering. And we want it to feel peaceful without making us feel sleepy. So a few signs that maybe you've gone too far in your, or too far past your edge. Pain, of course, is one. Noticing your breath. So if you tend to hold your breath, if you're gasping, if you're grunting, those are all signs that maybe you've gone too far. I'm only saying maybe because you get to decide. And the last thing is, do you want to quit? Do you want to leave? Do you want to mentally check out? Those are just things to notice. Also signs that it might be too easy, that you might not be pushing yourself close enough to your edge, or playing close enough to your edge, I should say. Are you bored? Is your mind just drifting off to other things? And do you just feel tired, like you don't really have energy? Those are all signs that maybe you're just not. You could be giving more. So that's a lot of information, things to be aware of. I'll cue that as we go along, but we'll spend a little bit of time in our postures to give us time to have that experience. Push it a little, pull it back a little bit. But first, let's bring ourselves into our bodies, into the moment, so we can feel that place of stillness and peace, and we can bring that throughout our practice as well. So finding your easy seated pose, a position where your bottom half can just relax and your spine can raise up vertically. Yeah. And you can find ways of releasing tension. So that's getting us started, and then we simply deepen that by bringing our awareness maybe to our body breathing itself, or maybe our senses, just something that gives the mind something to focus on so that we're not distracted by our thoughts. Nice, and I'll just be quiet for a few moments while you have this time with yourself, setting the tone for your practice. With these next few breath cycles, just allow your breath to deepen and fill your being. Imagine it's reaching every cell and bringing it to life. Nice. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them now. So we'll do a little bit of warming up, get the spine moving, get other joints moving, starting that practice. So let's just simply inhale and lift our arms up. And exhale, lower them down. Palms up, palms down, whatever feels good. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Nice, and we're gonna inhale. And as we exhale, we're gonna bring the right hand to the inside of the right knee and we'll just reach that left arm back. Get a little tiny twist, we're not going far. Just spend a few breaths here seeing what you can open up. Where's the edge there? Yeah, and then your next inhalation, bring your arms up and then we'll simply switch sides. So left hand comes inside, left knee, right arm reaches out. Lengthen the spine, open the chest, spiral a little bit. Yeah, inhale, come on up. This time we're going to lower the arms, take the left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and then spend a few breath cycles here, finding your twist, extending your spine. Where is the edge? What would happen if I went a little further? Being mindful keeps us safe, so we don't just willy-nilly deepen, we do it with presence. Excellent. Your next inhalation, lift those arms up again. We'll come over to the other side. Finding that spiral. Nice. On your next inhalation, lift the arms. This time we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. We're going to lift up the left arm, reach it out over the left or the right knee. Yeah. Keeping the sit bones down, reaching along. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Let's just skip lifting the arms and we'll find our twist first. So the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Right arm reaches up. This is a lot of crossing the midline, which is good for the brain. And then we'll lower that left shoulder down to the left knee, reaching the right arm out. Yeah, what feels like the edge? Can you creep a little bit further? We're just warming up, so take it easy. Yeah, we're just being explorers. All right, bring yourself back out. We're going to take our fingertips to our shoulders. We're going to bring the elbows up and together on the inhale, down and back on the exhale. Inhale. And then let's reverse that. So we'll inhale up and back, exhale down and front. Where's the range of motion? Yeah. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, release. Let's come to seated. We'll just pedal out our legs. So take your hands behind you for support. Find your little tripod here. Set up a little core support. And then just pedal your legs, bringing forward the ball of the foot, bringing back curled toes. Yeah, and then you choose your speed, choose the size of the crank. Maybe you want to Lift up the arms. Maybe you want a full, it makes it harder to concentrate on the ball and the curled toes. But since we're playing with the edge, why not? All right, release that. Let's lower down to the elbows, feet mat width apart, and then just windshield wiper your knees. Get those hips nice and loose. Nice. All right, let's come over into our child's pose, which is where we just sort of check in with all the things that we started with. Reminding ourselves. And then also give our spine a little chance to lengthen, our hips a chance to soften. Maybe you set an intention for your practice. All right, let's walk ourselves up. We're going to come to seated on our heels. If you need a modification, go ahead and take that. We're going to take our hands back behind. Just work the spine long. See if you can open up that front body. A little back bend here. Nice. Just bring that all the way forward. Round the back. Curl it as you come up. This time we're going to lift the hips. I think I ran into my wall. Come forward with that arch. And then curl. Last round, lift the hips. Stay a few breath cycles here. What's the range here? Nice. Lower the hips, come up to seated. Let's lift the hips off the heels, curl the toes under. If you can, sit back on your heels and come up to a vertical. If not, just play with what will your toes allow, what will the feet allow. Nice. If you're, well, either way, wherever you are. Oh, let's cross the wrists, clasp the fingers, bring those through, and release, switch wrists, clasp, bring it through, release, shake out your wrists. We might spend a little time there. You never know. All right, let's come off into all fours. And we'll just walk our hands forward into a puppy pose. So the hips stay over the knees, the hands reach forward. So from the hands to the shoulders to the hips, we just work on getting a nice long line first. Yes, feel that spine lengthen, get the wrinkles out. And then if you feel like you can let go anymore, up around the chest, the shoulders, you can lower the forearms. Trying not to have that opening come in the lower back. Breathing, spending some time paying attention to your edge. There's no right or wrong. You get to just play, notice. Yeah. All right, let's bring ourselves back up. Walk the hands underneath. We're going to find our knees underneath our hips and our hands underneath our wrists. Set those shoulders. Find some engagement in the core so the belly isn't sagging like a cat, like a flubber belly cat, not a cat position in yoga. So bring that belly up to the spine, lengthen the spine. Nice. Let's curl the right toes under. Bring that leg back and lift it up. Nice. If that feels good, you can reach out the left arm. And spend time here. Maybe the edge is strength. Maybe the edge is endurance. Yeah. Come on out whenever you're ready. Just reset the hand and the knee. If you need to wiggle at any time, if you need to rest at any time, especially in this practice where we're working with our edge and you might just go, you know what, I'm done, I need a rest. That is a wonderful thing to do. Okay, let's curl the left toes under. The hips stay square. Lift that leg up. Reach out the opposite arm. Yeah, find that line. Extension. Thumb is up. Belly's engaged. Yes, bring yourself back in. We'll do one more round. So right toes get curled under. Lift up the leg. From here we're going to reach out with the right arm if that works for you. Otherwise keep it on the mat. And if you want to go further, you can bend that the right leg. Reach around with the left arm. Make a clasp if that works. If not, just head them in the same direction as each other. If you've got the clasp, either way, lift any amount. If it's not working, don't do it. Are you grunting, grasping, or gasping, I mean? All right, gently release. Bring your foot back. Wiggle, rest, whatever you need. We'll curl the left toes under, reach that leg long. Bend the knee. Oops, I think we need to do this first. Did we reach out first? I can't remember. Bend the knee, reach back, make the clasp if you've got it. I'm going to adjust my hand is not under my shoulder well enough. Breathing, opening, lifting wherever you are. Lengthening. Yeah, feel the life in your whole being. Gently release. Bring everything back. Let's just push back for a quick child's pose. Lengthen, curl the lower back. Nice. All right, back to all fours. Curl the toes under. Let's just find our down dog. If you've worked with me before, you know I just like to take time getting into these poses for the first time. Stay here a few breath cycles once you've got it dialed in. Yeah. Nice, and then let's walk our feet forward. Find a forward fold. What do you have? What do you have right now in your forward fold? What's your edge? Yes. All right, let's just walk our hands up our legs. Get a nice tall spine. Come all the way up to vertical. All right, let's come to the front of our mats. We're going to do some rounds of sun salutations. So that's going to get our body even more open, but it's also going to, we're going to play with stamina. So you get to make some choices around that. So find yourself with your feet underneath your hips. Feet are parallel. Find your hands in prayer pose at your heart. Get your vertical alignment. Get that life flowing through your body from the bottom to the top. Nice. And then let's take a nice full breath cycle, inviting in the sun, the light, the breath. Release your arms, reach up, come into a little back bend. Yeah, then let's take all that length forward into a forward fold. Let's step back with the right leg. Find a nice long lunge here. The spine is lengthening and the leg is lengthening. Yeah. Step back for a down dog. More length here. We'll come forward on our knees, our chest, and our chin, keeping the elbows away from the ears. Come down onto the belly, up into whatever cobra you feel like you've got in you right now. Beautiful. Back down, curl the toes under. Lift the hips back to a down dog. Step forward with the right leg. Find a lunge on this side, keeping the foot underneath the knee, or the ankle, underneath the knee. Lengthen, yes. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Nice little back bend here. Bring the hands back together, back to the beginning of prayer pose. So take a nice full breath cycle. We'll do the other side. That will be one round. Nice. Release the arms up overhead. Find your back bend. Really lengthen. Yeah, reach that forward. Let your head really reach towards the ground in your forward fold. We'll step back with the left leg. Get your lunge here. Feel that from the heel to the crown of the head is lengthening. Yes, step back into a down dog. Come forward, knees, chest, chin. Onto the belly, up into a cobra. You get to choose how high. Curl the toes under, back to your down dog. Step forward with the left leg. Visit another lunge here. Step forward with the right into your forward fold. Yes, reach all the way up. Find a back bend. Back to the beginning. So that was one full round. We're going to do 2 more rounds, and each one will get a little bit faster. Full breath cycle here. Yes, release the arms all the way up. Forward fold. Step back with the right leg. Find your lunge. Step back with your left. Find your down dog. Forward knees, chest, chin. Keep those elbows into the sides, reaching away. Cobra. Curl the toes under, hips back. Down dog. Right leg steps forward. Find your lunge. Left foot steps forward. Find your forward fold. Reach up. Lengthen. Back to the beginning. Full breath cycle. Release. Forward fold. Step back with the left leg. Lengthen. Step back with the right. Lift those hips. Knees, chest, chin. Onto your belly. Into your cobra. Back down. Curl the toes under. back to your down dog. Step forward with the left leg. Nice. Step forward with the right. Bring yourselves all the way up. And back to the beginning. Last round, a little bit faster. So this is where you explore your edge. This is great, or I need to slow it down. You can slow it down. Full breath cycle here, or you can rest. Shavasana is nice. Reach up. Oh, yes, forward fold. Step back with your right, find the lunge. Step back with your left, find your down dog. Knees, chest, chin. Butt in the air, scoop up into your cobra. Hips back, down dog. Step forward with your right, lunge. Step forward with your left, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, back to the beginning. Full breath cycle. Reach up. Yes, keep that extension all the way into your forward fold. Step back with that left leg. Step back with your right. Knees, chest, chin. Onto the belly, up into your cobra. Reverse. Bring the hips back. Step that left foot forward. Find a lunge. Step that right foot forward. Find a forward fold. Inhale, tall, tall, tall. Oh, back to the beginning. Just spend a few breaths here, allowing your breath to come back to normal, allowing your body to integrate all of these rounds of sun salutations. And you decide when you're ready to come on out. I'll be waiting for you. Okay, let's find the feet parallel. Let's find engaged tall legs, engaged tall spine. Reaching up with the crown, shoulders down. Let's bring those arms out in opposite directions. Really feel that lengthening away to opening up the chest and the shoulders. Yes, nice. All right, we're going to take the left toes towards that wall. We'll bring the right toes forward a little bit. We're going to come into a side angle pose. So a couple possibilities here. The elbow comes to the knee. Take your hand to a block. You take your hand to the mat, or you take your hand to the knee. Yes. All right, so find your pose, whatever speaks to you in this moment. We're opening the chest, shoulders are in the same plane, legs are grounded, both feet can feel on the mat. If you want to take that right arm, reach it up and over. Go ahead and do that. You can keep it on the hip. Yes, don't let this left hip shift out. Try and keep it in the same plane as your knee. And the other thing to track is your right or left shoulder collapsing. So working with that edge, strength, stamina, flexibility. What do you notice? What do you have? What don't you have? One more breath. Really use it. Beautiful. Let that arm bring you up. Come on out. Wiggle if you need to. Reset any body parts that might be feeling it. And then we're simply going to shift our, I'm going to take my block. Shift our feet to the opposite direction. Okay, reach the arms out. Legs, spine, arms. Nice. Let's take the left hand to the hip. Take your right hand to the well, to the block, or elbow to the knee, or hand to the mat. Yeah, get that set up. Feel the core engagement, shoulders in the same plane. Reaching up and over with the left arm if that's where you're going to go with this. Is your breath flowing? Or are you grunting and gasping? I'm close, I'll be honest. Yeah, take 2 more breath cycles here. Or come on out. That's you working with your edge. Nice. All right, have that arm bring you up. All right, let's take our feet together. So we're going to work in a half moon pose. I like to do it with a block, but you're more than welcome to put your hand on the mat. I take that block. So I'm going to stand on my left leg. I take the block forward and out. And I'm going to take my hand to the block. I'm going to take my right hand to my hip. And I'm going to come to standing on that leg. I'm going to come to leaning on that hand. This is a great thing to work on if you are struggling with strength and balance. But if you're ready to move on, we're going to lift that leg, toes point that way. Opening up the hip, opening up the chest. Whoop, balance check. Just like we did in our side angle pose, engage that shoulder, that lower shoulder. Yeah, feel the arm reaching out from there. Nice. Ideally, this is going to look like a T, but I don't know if it is because I can't see. Yes, wherever you are, reach, grow, breathe, radiate. Can't do it wrong. How's your strength? How's your stamina? How's your flexibility? You could bend that knee and grab that foot if you like. Whoop. All right, let's come on down. Mindfully if you've got it. Sometimes that's not always an option. All right, let's switch sides. I'm going to stand on my right, take my right hand to the block, left hand to the hip, getting my foundation nice and stable before I head too far into this pose. And then if I'm feeling good here, just work my way into it. And when we go step by step, then we actually have a way better chance of keeping ourselves safe because we know where we are and we know what the edge is. We're not just throwing ourselves in and finding we've gone too far. Yeah, breathe. Ooh, got some shakes. Nice. All right, bring yourself out whenever you're ready. Okay. Just going to do one more standing pose before we come back down to the floor. First, we're going to find our legs together. Yes. Find yourselves nice and tall. Engaged hips, engaged belly. Nice. Take the arms up overhead. Make sure you realign in case that sets you off your alignment. And then we're going to sit back, squeeze the legs together. Nice. So you find your distance here. Maybe it's a little bit, and that's wonderful. Maybe it's sitting deeply, And that is wonderful. Maybe the arms are out front. Also wonderful. Yes, breathing. Feel this core. Tuck that tailbone a little tiny bit. Nice. 2 more breath cycles if you want. Yes. Ground those feet. Grow all the way back up. Reach, lengthen. Oh, yes. Release the arms. Let's come into a child's pose. Okay, let's bring ourselves up. We're going to come to lying on our left side. Yes. So you have the option of coming down to your elbow, coming down, resting your head in your hand, or resting your head on your upper arm. We're going to bring our feet, hips, and shoulders in alignment. Nice. You can bend that bottom knee if you need to for balance. And then we're going to hug this right knee into the chest. Try and keep the hips stacked. They're going to want to roll back. Yeah. Just opening, just seeing what we have flexibility-wise. Any more? I think I've reached my edge there. All right, and then you can take a yogi grip, extend the leg. You can extend the leg and reach behind the thigh. You can take a strap if you like. Put that around the ball of your foot and extend your leg up. And all we're going to do is work on this edge. Opening the leg this way, trying to stack the hips again. Allowing that relationship with the edge. Nice, gently release. We're going to take that foot, bring it back behind and open up the front. I'm going to rest my head on my arm here. Can that knee come back any further? Can you even make that clasp? It's okay if you can't. You can use your strap or you can just head them in the same direction. Remember, no pain, no sleepiness either. All right, let's gently release that foot. And then you can roll over if you want. I'm going to switch sides, so I'll still be facing you. And now I'm on my right side. And my hips, my heels and my hips. And my shoulders are in one plane. I'm going to bend that bottom knee for balance. I'm going to hug in my left knee. I'm going to stack my hips. Okay, I'm going to release that. I'm going to take my yogi grip with my two fingers and my thumb on my big toe. If that works for you, go ahead. If not, find an option that does. Trying to stack the hips, trying to open wherever you can find some opening. Finding softness, finding breath, working with your edge. Nice, gently release that. Reach around, make a clasp on that foot. Open up the hip flexors, the quads. We worked a little on this before. Maybe Maybe your edge is further down the road than it was. One more breath. Beautiful, gently release. We're going to come onto our backs. Nice. Just find those legs reaching long. Reach your arms up overhead. And then let's hug in the knees. Bring the nose up. Get a nice tight squeeze. Really feel your belly engage. Contract that whole front body. And then reach one leg out, hover the other, or reach that leg out and hover, hug in the other one. Still engaged. Switch. Then you can take your hands behind your head if you want, holding lightly. Bring opposite elbows to opposite knee. Take it your pace, your speed. Maybe not at all. Maybe you're already in Shavasana. I would like you giving yourself permission to go that rogue. All right. Bring it all back in and lower. Let's just take a few bridge poses. Tilt your pelvis forward and back. Find it neutral. Arms by your sides. Ground into the feet. Just lift the hips. Walk those shoulder blades under if you can. Yeah. What's your edge here? What's happening? What do you notice? Nice. Lower whenever you're ready. Wiggle if you need to. Reset the pelvis. Find neutral. And then lift. Breathe. Ground those feet. Lift the hips. Lengthen the knees away from the chest. And then this time, see if you can lower one vertebra at a time. Can you feel each little bump land on the mat? Takes a lot of mindfulness. It's tempting to cheat at some places. Well, that's me. Nice. All right, let's hug those knees in one more time. Reach your arms out to the sides. Drop the knees over to the right. Find your distance. You can keep the knees hugged in closer to the chest, and maybe they won't go as far. You can open that up a little. Just play with that. And then bring all that back up. Bring it over to the other side. Play with your edge here. Nice. Bring them back up. Come over to the first side. See if you can lower that bottom leg and then extend that top leg. Just reach it out. Wherever it'll go. You can flex the ankle. You can turn your head to the opposite side if you want. This is you working with your edge. Nice. Bend the knee. Bring both knees up again. If you need to wiggle or do anything to reset, go ahead. Drop your knees over to the left. Extend that right leg. I run into furniture. I'm imagining you don't. It's kind of a nice little support though. Breathe. You can look over to the right if you want. Nice. Bring your head back to center. Bend that top knee. Bring both knees up. Take your hands on your knees. Make circles. So you feel your hips draw a circle on the mat. Nice. And then reverse the directions. Beautiful. All right, take yourself through any last shapes, postures, movements that your body might be needing after your class. Maybe you're thinking, if I was going to challenge my edge, I always wanted to do that. And you can get up and take any pose, anything that feels like you want to do it. And then you can start to wrap that up. And make your way into your Shavasana, your final meditation pose. And maybe that's Shavasana, or maybe that's the knees are bent. Maybe that's something behind your knees. Whatever's really going to work for you. Maybe you're lying on your belly. The idea is to find a position where you are able to completely let go. And having an awareness of your edge means that you might think this is your posture, and after 2-3 breaths you notice, that's not it, I'm going to change it. Yeah, just getting yourself in here, getting yourself balanced, stable, releasing. I'll be quiet for a while. Allow you to spend time with yourself. Let those thoughts drift. There's nothing you need to think right now. That'll all be there when you're done. And with these next few breath cycles, allow your breath to fill your whole being. Imagine it reaching all the way to the edges, maybe beyond. And then whenever whenever it feels like it's time, you can introduce your movement, bringing your body slowly back to life, rolling over to your side, and finding your seated position all in your own timing. And keeping your eyes closed if that feels comfortable when you're all the way up. And just taking a little bit more time. Check in. How does it feel to be you right now? What's your relationship? What does your relationship to your edges feel like? No. What do you notice in your body, in your mood, in your mind? And is there anything you'd like to celebrate or take with you into the rest of your day? And one more nice full breath. Imagine you're filling your being again. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful day.